So, you're looking at this video because you want to have a random encounter in the Age of Wushu game. And like you, I tried my best to get a random encounter, so I followed the Novice Guide, which teaches me to actually go to a certain place, talk to this NPC. After that, you talk to the lady NPC. The lady NPC teaches you how to give gifts to NPCs, which in turn will make them feel good about you, and then when they feel good about you, they actually give you stuff, which can be secrets, which can trigger events, which can actually lead you to find a secret mineral that nobody has ever gotten and will never get. Sometimes it's just like that. I saw in the Chinese servers that they got some powerful script that everybody is killing for, and I thought, why not for my game, right? I might be lucky enough just to get one, and so I tried to buy this guy some rice wine, because in the gossip you can see on the right hand side, buy him some rice wine at Chinton Town Tavern. So he will after that be happy enough to tell me his secret, and we'll see whether his secret is good enough. And as a tutorial teaches, what do you do to give some good advice or good well wishes to this man? You actually right click on him, click on the give gifts and export it to him, and somehow he's supposed to like you even more, and somehow he's supposed to trigger an event. I have given him more than 20 rice wines and it's enough to drown him, but somehow it doesn't drown him and I don't get anything out of this wastage of money and wine. And so I figured, why not? I just try my luck at looking through forums, trying to see how I can actually trigger this event. And so the forums tell me, the Chinese forums especially, they just tell me, well, instead of giving him the wine, you must drink it in front of him. And now I'm on my journey to buy another rice wine. And so we'll see whether it actually is true, if we actually am going to get a random encounter by drinking with him. And so while I'm just traveling back, I actually saw a treasure chest. Why not? Just grab it and go, So that's what's happening. And really, Snail Games, why give such ambiguous instructions on random encounters when we can't actually follow it? Because the game teaches us to right click on the avatars of NPCs, and then of course you just give the gifts, especially in my case the rice wine, to him, and we're supposed to trigger some sort of event. But no. And so many people are complaining that no, I reached this guy who wants rice wine and nothing happens. And it might be different for you in your game, because it depends on the storyline that you actually chose in the beginning of your creation of account. But I'm in Phoenix Pledge now, and so in this game, Hunter Zhang is the person that I actually give wine to, rice wine especially. And maybe in your game it might be different, but if you encounter this rice wine random encounter, this is what you should do, alright? Buy the rice wine and then travel back to him. And I'm just gonna tell you when we reach there. But Snail Games, really, why not give better instructions? Why make us look like fools running around trying to find answers to something that we will never find an answer for? And what do? We go to the Chinese game, the forums, and actually we find our answers there. That's not right, and I think that this should be polished before the launch of the game. So what happens here, I have my rice wine ready, and I'm about to actually right click in front of him, but oops, nothing happens. Or am I supposed to click on him first? Yes. And after clicking on him and I right click, so I'm drinking the wine in front of Hunter Zhang. And so this is how you trigger the random encounter event. And this guy says, I've won the drinking game out of no reason. I'm not so sure what it is, but I'm just supposed to give him the wine, and right now he's telling me that I'm actually having a game. And kind of, this is something that I think the game developers should polish, and really rightly so, because we are all confused. And so right now I'm just going through the random encounter, and clicking on these options will get me a memo. And so of course, oh, I actually click mail to me. And okay, when I click mail to me, no wonder I was like looking, hey, where's my gift, where is my stuff, but I don't find any. So what happens, man? So I click on him again. I'm like, am I cheated out of my memo? No way, Jose. But then I'll just wait. So let me loot my money back that I just got just now. And let me just find what else to do. How can I trigger this random event? And oh, mail comes in, and I'm happy to see that Hunter Zhang can actually send emails. Ridiculous, but it happens. So after withdrawing it, and I say something like, what? Wouldn't save it. Let me see. And this memo gives me the coordinates of a cave, as you can see on the top right. And of course, I'll be traveling there to see what is the coordinates about. Alright, it might be different in your game, so there's no point repeating the coordinates. And so especially if you actually chose a different story script from my game. But in any case, I'm just gonna show you what happens when you actually trigger this random encounter, so that you don't get discouraged if you don't seem to find any. Alright, I spent some time looking, and you will see this in this video. And right now I'm just gonna grab my horse, because that's the fastest way you get to get around. And my horse comes popping out of nowhere like a ghost, you see. Wow, okay, there I must have knocked down some shops along the way, but hey, I got my horse, and horsey, let's go and find the random encounter. Now, random encounters, if you do not know, really gives you perks that you might never ever get. Sometimes it gives you rubbish, some stones or some medicine, but if you want to get skills that is outside of the common schools that you actually have, like those Wutang, Ermei, or these Tangmen, all these schools have some what call that, specified skills. But if you want some special skills that is lurking around this Jianghu, alright, you gotta have random encounters, and there's no way out of it. So needless to say, the best skills are actually out of your school and not within your school, because if the best skills are in the school, then what is the point of having random encounters? So it is important to actually know that random encounters have to be triggered by NPCs. Sometimes it might just be triggered because you walk on some lonely road and somehow it just comes to you. But many times it has to be triggered by NPCs, and for the matter, those flying skills, yep, sometimes it is triggered when you actually talk to NPCs, and that's why I think that the tutorial on random encounters should be polished at all times. Alright, Snail Games, your launch date is actually on the 1st of February. Please polish that up. Sorry for my previous video, because I was saying that the launch date is supposed to be in mid 2013, about June. I was wrong. I think I got my information mixed up. The game is actually releasing in the 1st of February, which is about a month away. So if you are keen for this game, pick it up. Alright, it's quite near the launch date, and we can actually enjoy our adventure together if you would like. But if not, then really probably this is not the video you should be watching. Alright, so right now I'm actually trying to find the cave that Hunter Zhang actually gave me. And according to Chinese forums, it actually was around the same area that you actually start the game, where you actually get some funny herb and then you fall into the cliff. Yep, it's around this area, and so I'm actually searching around to see where I can find this cave supposedly. And it's not quite easy to find a cave, because looking at the top right corner, that's where it will tell you where are you in coordinates. And I was just trying to look around, see whether there's some hole in the ground or something. and I'm trying to use my instincts to actually navigate, but I keep getting it wrong. So you see me like, you know, wandering around aimlessly because it's quite tough to navigate while riding on a horse. Somehow it's just hard for me. Maybe I'm just not used to it, but hey. And really, I've read so much things about random encounters. Some people actually talk to some strangers, give some boys sugar, and they actually trigger random encounters. Really, I really wanted to try it myself, so here I am, and probably you want to also. Alright, right now I'm having some trouble finding these random encounters because somehow the entrance is not really apparent. I'm just searching around and I felt that it might be at this tomb here, but apparently when I click on it, it is not. And so I decided to travel upwards just to see if I'm gonna trigger anything, and somehow the pop-up comes up to say that if I want to join a event, but no, sorry, I want my random encounter. And oh, I'm having such a hard time. So if you actually are like me, wandering around, have no fear. I'm just like you. Just have a little bit of patience and you should be able to find. But in any case, it's when I move towards the coordinates, it just randomly triggers. That's all I want to say. So you are not going to find any entrance. You are just required to just move to the coordinates that you are asked to, and somehow it should trigger by your own. Alright? I'm still figuring it out because I'm like trying to, hey, no, where am I actually? Yeah, it will take a while. And so Hunter Zhang's or should I say the rice wine random encounter, no, I've heard that it's not gonna give me much treasure, because random encounters really based on luck, and sometimes it might just give you something good, sometimes it's awesome, but sometimes it's just pure junk, and it will just depend purely on randomness. That's what random encounters are. And really, I'm trying to show you this long-winded video because you might not find it after looking around like me, and I'm just gonna show right where it is. I feel that I'm gonna reach it real soon, and I think so, yes. And the random encounter triggered. So right now I'm in a cave and it's pure pitch dark. I do see my enemies. There are snakes. Should be no problem. I fought some difficult snakes before at Beggar Sack, and what happens is I was killed by a snake before. I was quite new then. And so right now, let's just kill these snakes and try to get to our treasure. This tells me something that random encounters might actually end up fighting. So I think if you really want to trigger random encounters, be prepared for a battle. Don't go there when your health is low, and yeah, charge up, alright, before you actually trigger the random encounter. Alright, so right now I'm just like one shot killing snakes. Yep, that was one shot. Oh, and somebody sneak on me. Alright. Right now I'm at level like 13 or 14 in my internal skill, so it's not fantastic. It should be no problem even if you are like level 8 or 7. So just trigger this random encounter and it might just lead somewhere, because maybe you need this random encounter to trigger other random encounters. No, you might never know, so just try it. And so I'm here trying to figure out how to kill these snakes and wondering where am I, because the map doesn't tell me where I am now. And I found a treasure chest, and clicking on it, what gives me? Alright, it's box. Alright, there's a box, strange box with a book. Is it gonna be a book? Please be a book. And no, it's some ridiculous herb. Alright, so you can see that random encounters are pure luck, pure chance based, and so if you try too hard on finding some NPCs to trigger random encounters, I suggest maybe don't try too hard, because you might just be you might just be, what you call that, disappointed by your many attempts. But in any case, if you do have a chance to trigger random encounters, really try to. And part of the strategy is to actually give, or not give gifts. That was wrong. But try to make these NPCs happy, and if they are happy, they are more than likely to trigger something for you. Alright, and really that's all, folks. I'll see you again, and I'll come up with more stuff to show you so that it can help you in your game. Alright, bye.